Hello there, fellow collectors. Welcome back to another episode of Revenge of the Sixth. It is episode 5. Haven't done the stream in a while. Wanted to hop on a Friday night because there has been a lot of news in the 6-scale community from obviously multiple companies. So I wanted to kind of just give my own thoughts on it. I've talked about it on a couple different streams, but wanted to do a solo show. If you know, you know, because Han Solo has been announced. Very excited about it. Excited to talk about everything tonight. If you haven't already, please hit that like button on your way into the video, into the stream. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And then if you want to take the next step in supporting the channel, you can become a channel member and join the evil empire. I see a bunch of members in here using these emojis. You can check the chat. I pinned a link up top. If you feel so inclined to join, you can click that link and just hit join. Relatively simple process. It is $2.99 USD if you would like to join. There will be a giveaway coming up at the end of this month. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. If you become a channel member, you will be exclusively in the giveaway. I will be talking about that probably relatively soon here, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I want to just give a shout out to Underground Figures, company that I'm partnered with, where I get the majority of my stuff. If you haven't already, you can check them out at undergroundfigures.net. They have great prices, 5% off of MSRP from what Sideshow charges. Usually you don't have to pay tax depending on where you live. You get free double box shipping, which is awesome. Love that. Love double box shipping. It's kind of almost like becoming a must for me now, but go check them out. You can make an account. And for the month of February, extended, the month of January, there was a coupon for $10 off any in-stock order. Ray, the owner, was gracious enough to extend that for me. So for the month of February, it is still good. If you want $10 off your in-stock order, check the description below the video. You just have to make an account on their website, email in and mention that you were sent by me. You get $10 off applied to your invoice. I'll send you an invoice. So go check out Underground Figures. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up. With that being said, let's get to you guys in the chat. Appreciate you all being here on a Friday night. Fridays are kind of crazy. You know, I feel like Fridays are one of tough nights to stream because people always want to do something else on a Friday. But for me, I'm tired out. It's been a long week. So I just want to talk about some figures. Let's get into it. We got Cage in the house saying, hello there, everyone. Happy weekend day, and hope you're all doing well. Yes, bro. Appreciate you being here, Cage, as always. Brick is in the house saying TGIF. What is up, Brick? A fellow wolf pack of brother. Too sweet. Yes, TGIF. I agree. And also, if you guys could let me know, you should hear music on your end. You have to let me know. Maybe you don't. Let me see. Let me see. You can let me know. You can let me know if you hear it. If not, I'll try to mess with it. Daniel Brancato, another channel member, is in the house. What is up, Daniel? Thank you so much for being here as always, bro. Then we got Miami's Nemesis. Chris is in the house and I second that, Brick. Yes, TGIF. Cylon is in the house, another channel member. Hello, everyone. Hitting those emojis. What's up, Evil Sneaker? What is up, bro? Glad to see you in here. Thank you so much for being here. And then Chris is saying, I got my Chirrut Imwe today. He's an amazing figure, dude. So Chirrut Imwe is actually my favorite Rogue One character. So K2 is actually my favorite Star Wars droid. And then, yeah, Chirrut is as a character, non-droid. Yeah, Chirrut is my favorite Rogue One character. But that figure's sick, man. Congrats. Definitely an amazing figure. Kind of a sleeper figure, I feel like, for the 1/6 scale. Primetime Reviews is in the house. Yo, what's up, everyone? What is up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in to the show. And then we got a gifted channel member, Boba Fettuccini's in the house. Hey, yo, what is up, bro? Thank you so much for being here, boss. Really appreciate you tuning in. Another channel member in the house, Action in the Box. What is up, Ricardo? Saying, hello, my people. Today is Revenge Day. Hitting that evil empire emoji. I love it, dude. Yes. Yes. A Collection Obsession is in the house. Another channel member. Thank you guys so much for all tuning in and supporting the channel. Saying hello all. What is up? Thank you so much for being here. Then we got Brad Cormack in the house saying hello everyone. Yes, Brick. Everybody's agreeing with Brick. TGIF for real. For real. Yes, I agree. Brad, thank you for being here. I know I've kind of been chatting with you a little bit kind of outside of here, but congrats on the crosshair pickup, which I know a lot of people are looking for, trying to still get crosshair. Which reminds me, I didn't mention, I dropped my Wrecker review a few hours ago. I dropped my Wrecker review. So maybe after the stream, go check that out. Really cool figure. Cannot wait to get tech and get the whole Bad Batch together, but go check out my review on Wrecker if you haven't already. Kay just saying that shirt though. Yes, my wife got me this for my birthday. Some evil sneaker swag. Got the custom name embroidered into the sweatshirt. So yes, very cool. Jedi 291 Stacy's in the house. Good evening. It's been a good week. Han Solo. Yes, I agree. A great announcement. We're gonna talk about it. Hammer of God's in the house. What's up, fellas? Hammer of God, what is up to you? Thank you so much for being here. Tighter FL saying solo stream. Yes, a solo stream tonight in multiple ways, but yep, just me. So appreciate y'all tuning in and caring about what I have to say. We got no music, and then music is good. I can see if I can. Okay, you should be able to hear it now. I think okay, now we hear it. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm a little behind in the comments. AJ Agrus is in here saying, greeting friends, hope all is well. AJ, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Really appreciate you being here. Let's see. I think I am almost caught up here. Calvin, the low-key collector, is in the house. Another gifted channel member. What is up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in, bro. Always good to see you as well. And then let me see. WPG Jets says, yo, first time here, saw your record review on my homepage, so thought I'd hop in the stream. Dude, that is so awesome, man. Hope you enjoyed the review, but yeah, really cool. Seeing a new name and seeing my review and then hopping on for the live. Yeah, welcome, man. Really appreciate you tuning into the show. I hope you enjoy. Yes, Brick is welcoming you into the chat. Christian Cooper's in the house saying, what up, Sneak? Christian, what's up, dude? What's up, man? Good to see you in here as always. Yes, everybody welcome. WPG Jets. I don't know if that's how you want me to say your name, or if it's I'm guessing it's Winnipeg, short for Winnipeg Jets, but nevertheless, appreciate you tuning in to the show. Okay, guys, so we got some fun stuff to talk about. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff. We got Han Solo announced. We got InArt Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, that's been obviously put up for pre-order finally. And then we have Catwoman, which was released. And then I want to talk a little bit about J&D as well. So we will end up getting into that. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun show. Christian say my electro just came in from underground. Dude, awesome, man. Awesome. It's awesome, dude. Hope you enjoy that figure. Okay, I got to transition us over to another scene here. Got Han ready to go, geared up. Let me just move a couple things around on my screen here. Okay, so we got Han Solo. A pleasant surprise, a very pleasant surprise. I think it's funny because on Wolfpack Wednesdays over on Jedi Knights Watch channel with me and Jedi and Brick, Artemis, and Dilo the Collector, we were talking about, one of the topics on Wednesday night was, has Hot Toys, like, kind of, Graham posed a question, like, has Hot Toys forgotten about the the original trilogy, or just like they haven't really, they did a couple of Return of the Jedi 40th figures. They haven't really been doing too much with the OT. And I kind of thought, like, I definitely don't think it's forgotten. Like, OT is the GOAT to me, at least personally, and like will always be, like, I feel like just something they will always make. And then, I brought up kind of like Sand Trooper Dewback is going to be coming out, so I didn't think that they forgot. But then we just get this announced, which is just crazy. Before I continue, I just want to say what's up to Darth Tamaris. What up, Sneaker? Gonna catch a replay. Haven't watched Wolfpack yet either. See you soon. Yo, thank you, bro, for stopping in, and appreciate you catching the replay, man. Good to see you. So Han Solo. So I was actually at work early in the morning when I saw this drop. It's funny because I was watching, I was watching, or I was looking on Facebook or social media. I was browsing, and the first thing I saw when I was looking was I saw like the price of the JND stuff. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then that thought basically passed like a fleeting shadow, because right after that, I just saw this pop up. It was like instant. It was like just posted, and I saw this and I was like, what? It just showed like Hot Toys, like it was a Hot Toys post, showed the photos, and I was like, wait, what? And I just saw all this. So like in real time, basically, essentially when it was posted, and I just completely forgot about JND. I was like, damn, we're getting a Han Solo. Darth Tamaris is saying Han Solo seems like a win in my opinion, though. Yeah, true. I feel like a lot of people are pretty positive about this figure. There's some stuff that I'm going to talk about that I know a lot of people are saying about this figure in, you know, this is like, obviously Han Solo is going to get a lot of hype, a lot of attention, anything Star Wars. But when you get a character like Han Solo, who really, I think what the New Hope Han was probably 10 years ago, I think at this point, I'm not 100% sure on the date, but probably around 2014, I would think, but it's been a long time. Everybody obviously wants a Han Solo figure to be the best that it can be, right? So, but when I saw this, I mean, right away, I was just really excited. Like we get this couple 40th figures, and it's funny because these like aren't really branded 40th anniversary, and I know like they have to get like licenses and stuff, I'm pretty sure, even when it's an anniversary. So like you guys probably know for like Phantom Menace 25th anniversary, it like says like Hot Toys is we got like these new IPs that we get to do. So I'm guessing like 40th and stuff has something to do with a license. I don't know exactly how that works, but anyways, this figure obviously isn't branded 40th anniversary. Not that it really necessarily matters. I don't think there'd be anything like it doesn't need to be branded that, but let's get into the figure. So I think when I first saw it, like, yeah, I thought as far as the likeness goes, I think the likeness is excellent. I think it's really good. I think the main thing that a lot of people are saying is there's like something, like some people are really unhappy with the hair. Some people say, oh, it's okay. Some people like just, there's a lot of differing opinions about the hair, but I think that's probably the biggest thing that people have issue with is what the hair looks like. There's a lot of opinions about that, and rightfully so. AJ saying, I saw this in real time too and thought it was a prank. I triple checked. It was on Hot Toys official. I know. I was like, this is crazy. It's like, what? So as far as the hair goes, yeah, I think there's something off about it. In different angles, it looks better and some worse. Like, I don't think this picture looks all that bad, but some of the other ones, and I don't think it looks horrible. Like some of these other ones, like you can just see in some of these, like on the, like, obviously everybody says like it's really puffy, right? It looks like a hat that was put on, like a hat of hair. I honestly, now I think that this is probably going to get changed. I really do. I think now with like how much everybody's talking about, I think it's going to get changed. But I think if you look at some pictures from Return of the Jedi, as far as like the puffiness goes, it's really not that far off from what you see in Return of the Jedi. But I think the way that it's sculpted is kind of different than what it looks like in the movie, if that makes sense. I think if they kind of thinned out some of this right here, like really if they just thinned out the sides a little bit and kind of down lower, I feel like it would be fine. Because I feel like this like puffiness out on the outside is what's really making it like this is sticking out really far. If they just like push that in a little bit, I think it would look a little bit better. But again, if this came out now looking like this, I would still get this. It doesn't bother me enough to say that this hair is so bad that the figure is like something that I'm not going to be getting. I'm going to get this figure regardless. And I don't say that because I'm giving the company a pass. I'm just saying, I'm saying that personally because it doesn't really bother me enough for that to be a deal breaker, if that makes sense. The other thing I feel like a lot of people are talking about is the wrinkles in the forehead, where it feels like they're really deep and they're really pronounced or really deep. But I think too, like these are probably going to get softened on production. I don't think this is going to hold like this, where it's this pronounced. I feel like once this is produced, it's not going to be this pronounced. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Yes, please let me know your thoughts. I always, when I do these shows, I always want to include everybody in the chat. So please let me know. I'll get through. I try to really read through all the comments and include all of you guys because I really enjoy interacting with you all, and just I want to hear what you have to say and have a conversation about this in that way. So Action in the Box is saying the only issue here is the hair. Nowadays we have been inundated with a lot of high quality rooted hair, making it more difficult to accept this. Yeah, and Hot Toys is like really good at like even sculpted hair too. And I think another thing is we see what they've been doing with hair, and I've been really happy with the fact that, like, I think about John Wick, how they're doing the alternate hair pieces, and that sculpted hair just looks so good when you get two different ways that you can display it. The Batman is another example, right? You get this separate hair piece where it just really kind of enhances a figure. So it's just interesting how, how they do a really good job of sculpted hair. So yeah, it's a good point, Ricardo. Doc Bat is in the house saying, evening, my friends. What is up, Doc Bat? Thank you so much for tuning into the show. WPG Jet says the hair isn't even bad. I think the 80s, everyone had puffy hair. That's a good point. And like I said, it's puffy in the movie. It's like, it's got some volume to it. If you go look at it in the movie. Stephen with the V's in the house. What is up? He's saying good evening. Good evening to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here as always. He says, I imagine the sculpt will be updated before release. I think like this one's probably going to get, I really do. I think this one's probably going to be one that gets tweaked. I think with it being Han Solo, yeah, I can see this one getting tweaked. Collection Obsession is saying the pronounced forehead wrinkles bother me more than the hair. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is, like, I think the wrinkles and the hair are the two main things that people are saying. I really haven't heard many complaints about like the other stuff for this figure. Really, everybody's just talking about the hair and like these wrinkles. AJ's saying, yeah, the shape is right. It just needs to be downscaled by like 25%. I agree. I think this shape is fine. I think like it doesn't look wrong with the way that it's sculpted, but yeah, I think if they just brought it in a little bit on the sides, it would be fine. My name's Nemesis is saying, a week ago I was like, okay, no more pre-orders. Then I saw this Han Solo and I was like, what's one more pre-order? Yes, seriously, right? I did not pre-order this yet, but I'm going to end up pre-ordering it. Yeah, I'm gonna end up pre-ordering it. Brad Cormack is saying, I'm going to pre-order this, but I hope they tweak the sculpt a bit. Yeah, I don't know anybody who's like not. I would be curious to see if there's anybody out there who is not picking this up because of this. I feel like everybody is still going to get this figure. Like, I don't see anybody saying I'm not getting this if they don't make any changes. Peyton, another gifted channel members in the house. What is up, Peyton? Thank you so much for being here as always, bro. Saying hello, everyone. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jedi291 Stacy says, I'm just happy we're getting an original trilogy Han. I think it looks great. I agree. Already pre-ordered it. Awesome. Beskar Kid is in the house. What is up, bro? Always happy to see you. And another gifted channel member. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Collectors, wish Hot Toys would do more than just blank expressions. Hot Toys, here's a new Han for you. Collectors, not like that. Yeah, man, it's always something, right? It's always something. It's always there's I feel like every time a figure comes out, especially one as big as Han Solo, it's just yeah, there's always something. But thank you for being here, bro. Silence says, finally this is my chance to get Han Solo, so I'm fine with this one. Yeah, and I think it's good to give critiques. I'm all about giving critiques and stuff like that, and I think that's fine. Like I like critiquing figures and seeing what people have to say, and these are obviously high quality figures. But I'm a little bit more, maybe I'm a little bit more lenient. I don't need everything to be like exactly spot on perfect. Like obviously I want the figures to look really good, and but I don't need to I'm not that nitpicky, I feel like, when it comes to figures. But to each their own, obviously. Everybody has a differing opinion. And also Best Arcade, I just want to point out too, is funny because I forget what stream it was on when you had brought up essentially like we're not going to get a Harrison Ford Han until basically like he's in the dirt is what you ended up saying. And I honestly thought like it was going to be a long time coming. I feel like people can agree on that this was going to be potentially something that we were going to have to wait a long time to see. I will say like old Indy gave me a little bit of hope for Harrison coming out, but at the same time, like I didn't know if they would go like backwards to OT and do something, you know what I mean? So a pleasant surprise. Collection Obsession is saying, I'd prefer the coat to have more of a camouflage pattern. Yeah, we'll get to the coat. I'll show that. Yeah, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, I thought it was funny, but I agreed when you said that. I was like, yeah, I could see like, yeah, I'm not counting on that happening whatsoever. The Mall Fiend is in the house saying, what's up, nerds? What is up, bro? Another channel member. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Just happy to get a Han. Yeah. I think it's everybody's happy to get a Han Solo, and we want it to be good. We want it to be good, right? Let's get to a few more pictures here on this. So again, I think like some angles look better. Like here, when you can't see so much of this like puffiness, it's not straight on. Like this looks pretty good here. Like I said, I think the sculpt is excellent. I think this looks really good. I don't really have a problem with the expression. I kind of like, it looks fine to me. The rolling eyes, again, like the rolling eyes are just something that I say every time I see this on figures. You can just do so much with the rolling eyes, with how you want to do an expression, how you want to angle the figure, what you want it to look like. Looking at somebody's eyes is eyes are a huge part of, you know, displaying a figure and how it looks, right? So even here, like, look at this, like kind of how his eye position changes versus here straight on. It's just, there's a lot of differences and a lot of nuances that you can get with just simply changing the eyes. So rolling eyes are awesome. I'm really glad they're doing it. Again, this is like a completely different thing. Look at how much his expression changes just by changing his eye positioning. It's just, to me, it just looks way different, right? And then we get this base. These look like pleather boots to me. These look like the typical pleather boots that we get. I've had actually decent luck with the pleather boots. I really haven't had any issues. But again, like, yeah, it is what it is at this point. I don't see them really changing unless they start sculpting them. But either way, looks like that's what we're getting. I really like how we get the two separate looks for this, right? We get this like coat on, coat off. So you can do here. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. So we get this. Yeah, I think this is this picture looks great, man. I love this picture. I think this looks really, really good. Let's see here. Collector, another channel member is in the house saying, hello, everyone. What is up? Thank you so much for tuning in as always. Brad says, I'm a little concerned that if Han doesn't register enough pre-orders, Hot Toys won't develop more Return of the Jedi figures. I personally think this figure is going to get a ton of pre-orders. I think some of it is a loud minority right now, speaking to of like, again, people want this to be an excellent figure, right? Because it's Han Solo. I just don't see it stopping people from buying this. And it's crazy. Like, it's funny because I was on Sideshow today when I was pulling up, like just looking at some of the photos. And it said like there were 7,000 people viewing the item. Like it shows like stats on there. It was like 7,000 people are viewing this. And I was like, damn, a lot of people. So there's going to be plenty of these. They're going to make a lot of these. People are going to buy a lot of these, I think. Anything Star Wars OT, I feel like they're not going to skimp on those figures. Han is a great figure, just needs some tweaking. I think that's kind of like the general consensus. Just tweak a couple things. By all means, I do not think this is like a horrible, like this isn't like a complete fail in my mind, but Collector Joey's in the house. Another channel member saying at dinner right now, but saying hello. What is up, Joey? Dude, enjoy your dinner, man. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you for mentioning or just stopping in and saying hello. Is Chewie coming next? Says Cylon. I think Chewie is probably. I think he's kind of due for a new one. With that being said, I don't think he's going to be artisan. With how much an artisan head sculpt costs for, just like look at the price difference between just a sculpted and a rooted artisan figure. A Chewbacca artisan would be like over $1,000. So I don't think Chewie really needs a wool implanted body. I think honestly, the A New Hope Chewie is fine to me. They could make some minor tweaks and make it a better figure, but I think the hair and stuff, like the fur on him, is fine. I have no problem with it. It's actually a really, really cool figure. Stacy's saying, hit that like button, guys. Yes, please hit that like button. Please. Collection Obsession says, do you think Han will end up being a peg warmer like Lando? Oh man, I don't know. Lando, it's like every single scale, Lando is just like, yeah, warming the pegs, right? I remember when I collected Black Series, like right after Lando came out, it was just within such a short period of time you could get him for like half off. It's crazy. It's so odd. So odd. I don't think he's going to end up being, I don't think he's going to end up being like, no, I don't think he's going to sit for a really long time unless they just make a lot of them knowing that they're going to sell a lot. But in the market right now, that's risky. You know, it'll be interesting to see what happens when this, I think what this is, I think it's like January to June 2025 is the estimated time. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like in 2025. Peyton saying this Han Solo looks dope. He's a must. Dude, I agree. I agree. This thing's 100% coming home. I had no reservation after seeing it. This figure is there's other figures that I've probably gotten that have had worse issues. That's our kid saying I need a Donald Glover Lando. Yeah, that would be a cool figure. They could do some cool stuff with him. I would put this Han Solo tied up scene with the Wicket. Yeah, that's another thing is like, it's really cool if you have, you know, these other Endor figures with Leia and, you know, Endor Luke with Wicket as well. Yeah, I'm excited to put them. I'm excited to put them all together. Yeah, Tider's saying they aren't making as many as when Lando came out. It'll go waitlist. I think it'll go waitlist. I think it'll be available to get. It's really hard to say because everything right now is just like, besides a couple anomalies, like pretty much everything you can get. So it'll be interesting besides some of the limited stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I want to go back to this point that Chris made about with Wicket. So I want to talk a little bit about this base. Let me see if I can like find another picture. I guess this one's fine to do. Before I get into that, I just want to say hello to the Jedi Knights Watch, another channel member and a fellow Wolfpack brother. Toast White. Thank you, Graham, for being here, bro. Appreciate you stopping in. We were talking about Han Solo. Let me see here. So, okay. So one thing I just wanted to bring up was that the base. So Hot Toys is starting to do these like new bases, like these other figures that are getting this too, like C-3PO, and I think the new Vader has it as well. Does Kenobi Vader have this base too? He might. I forget, but there's a couple figures like Artisan Anakin is getting this base. I think the one thing is like, you can't put this base really like, it's elevated above what the other Endor bases look like. Like the ones for Leia and Endor, Luke and Wicket are just like the regular rectangular ones with like the design thing that you put on top of it. So I don't know, like they're doing these new bases, but maybe I think I heard somebody say maybe they're doing it so like you can stack behind, like so you can like use it almost like it's like a kind of a riser base, so you can like have it behind another figure and be able to display them in that way. But at the same time, like this might be hard to clear if you have like a DTOF or something, or a small like a Blalaladin from IKEA, one of those cabinets. So yeah, I don't know, but I think the base is, it's cool. I like these. I always like when they do something different with a base rather than it just being square. It'll be interesting to get one of these in hand, because like looks like a pretty small footprint. How you figures in the house? What is up, Justin? Thank you for tuning in, bro. Another channel member saying what's up, man. What is up, dude? Appreciate you stopping in. Jedi saying, did I miss the jokes about the Han Solo already? People are being very nice. They're being very nice in my chat. In my chat, at least, I have some very nice people. Let's see here. Yeah, you're saying yeah, love it. I like these too. I think these are really cool. I do. I would much rather them do this and put some type of little like mini diorama on there, I guess, if that's what we want to call it. Like just give us some substance to the base rather than just slapping these like little sticker things on there. I think this is a much better option. Best for kids, as Howard said, upgrade to module cases. Seriously. Yeah. Yes, module cases are, yeah, I couldn't go back really to anything else at this point. Couldn't go back. So that's what I would say about the base is like, yeah, if you have the older figures, Like the base isn't going to necessarily, I guess, match up with some of those. Really like this look. Really like this. I think this looks great. I think everything else just looks, I have no problem with anything else. I think everything else looks good. Love how you can do 2 looks. It makes you want to buy 2. Makes you want to buy 2 of them. So we'll see. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think this one, you know, let's put out a poll. Let's put out a poll. I'm just going to put out a poll. Will this figure get updated? You guys can let me know in the poll whether or not you think this is something that's going to get updated by Hot Toys. The movie canon's in the house. What is up, Gio? Thank you so much for tuning in. Another channel member. Thank you for being here, bro. Good to see you. Yeah, Jedi saying great looking figure other than the hair. Yeah, you missed the hair talk. But I think, like, yeah, that's kind of the general consensus is like something needs to be tweaked with the hair. How you figure saying, have we talked about Catwoman yet? No, Catwoman, I believe, is up next. You did not miss Catwoman. Ooh, let's see. Graham saying, I don't think so. They know people will still buy, so they likely don't care. Come on, bro. Have some faith. Have some faith. They call me Queso Blanco is in the house. What's up, bro? Thank you so much for being here. Saying, what up, my guy? Always good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Please take a look at the poll. Will they update this Han Solo figure? Do you think Hot Toys is going to update it? Brick saying he doesn't think it will as well. Where's the never tell me the odds option? Yes. Okay, let me see. We got 16 votes. I'm going to let it run a little bit longer. Anything else anybody wants to bring up about this figure? I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. I think, yeah, everybody was kind of like, man, not an announcement that that I expected. The one other thing I will say is I don't think it's really a coincidence in my mind that this came out during the same week that we're getting all this other stuff. Like the Joker's getting a bunch of hype. JND drops this teaser about the Armory, and they're saying that they're going to drop on February. What was it? Was that today? They said they're going to drop. I guess it would have been overseas February 2nd that they're going to drop like the info on the Armory and Bruce Wayne from the Dark Knight. So Hot Toys I feel like they've got to be thinking in their mind like, okay, well, you're going to do that. We're going to drop, we're going to reveal a Han Solo. I just feel like it's too much going on for them to not drop something like this during that time. How you figure saying, I'm just pumped to get a Han figure. Wasn't sure when I would be able to snag one. More Return of the Jedi figures would be welcome. Yeah, you gotta be careful because you're a new collector. So yeah, man, there's gonna be a lot of appealing stuff. In Hot Toys. Gotta be careful. Do as I say, not as I do. How did Doc Ock turn out after their work in progress? Dude, I can't speak to that figure. I don't have it, but Brick can. You leave Doc Ock out of this. Oh my gosh, we got Beskar Kid trolling, so calling the MCU trash. Kylo and Ray got updated without any notification, and others didn't. It could get updated. It's really weird, like how they decide to update stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. It's another one is like this Kenobi that's coming from Obi-Wan Kenobi is like it looks like it ended up getting updated. So we'll see when that one comes out. But they didn't really, like, sometimes they post about that they did updates. They didn't for that. It just like came up at one of the conventions and it looks like it's better. So who knows? Payne saying Howard was saying hold my beer yesterday. Yeah, for real. And like I said, when I saw this reveal, I was looking at the JND pricing and then I completely forgot about it once I saw Han Solo was released. You know what I mean? Just completely forgot. I couldn't even remember what I was like. I was talking about this yesterday on Hot Toys Hotline stream, and I was talking about when I saw this, and I was like, I couldn't remember what I was looking at before, but it was JND. the prices. So just like I completely forgot about it. Boba Fettuccine saying exactly the Doc Ock syndrome is saying it will be tweaked and not getting tweaked. Yeah, that's always a chance, right? It's basically just like a guessing game. I will end the poll here. Will this figure get updated? We have 20 votes. 75% said yes. 25% said no. There's hope for you yet. Hope for you yet. The wise words of Anakin Skywalker. Okay, I think we're ready to move on from Han Solo. Very exciting stuff. Very, very exciting. I just want to touch on this real quick because I didn't, but right before we move on, this is cool. They're doing like these newly sculpted hands with natural details. That's interesting, right? Because like all these like InArt's doing all these fancy hands, making them look really realistic. So this is really nice. I hope they do this for a lot of figures moving forward and put a little bit more detail into sculpted hands and make them look a little bit more natural, right? You can see like the veins on his hands. You can see just like the natural wrinkles in his hands. It's just a great, yeah. It's good that they're doing something like this. And look at all the different grips and stuff. Like it just looks more natural the way that the hands are positioned, and it's not just like just these generic plastic hands we've been getting, right? So that is a welcome addition. Welcome addition for sure. Okay, let's move on. We shall move on to Catwoman. So this figure, this was actually, we were on Wolfpack Wednesday, and this was like, this was released when we were on the show. So we kind of did first impressions and saw it. When I first saw it, and I don't know, like, it seems like these pictures don't look, it looked like it was like not, the lighting maybe when I was looking at them initially didn't look right, but on my end, it looks a little bit different. But, regardless, for this, I got some thoughts about this one. Queso saying, oh no, I gotta leave the stream. Oh goodness. So my first thoughts about this, and like, I don't really have stake in this figure because I don't really know much about like the 1.0, and like my first impression was like, what did they change from the 1.0? Because it all looks relatively similar, right? Like the hair is similar. I know the sculpt is updated and like the paint is updated, right? Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's got some updates there. When I first saw it, when I was looking at the prototype photos, like I thought that there was a regression. Like her cheeks right in here, it looks like they're indented more for some odd reason. I feel like that's so interesting. Like, why is that a thing for the skull? Like, why did they have to indent that a little bit more? I don't really feel like it's needed. They could have just kept it the way that it was. Yeah, even here, like you can just see it. And I don't know, maybe that's right. I didn't really look at like exactly side to side to the, to the movie, but I know How You Figure's really hyped about this figure. He's been thinking about this since it was released. Very hype. 12-inch Moose Stream is here. What is up, my friend? Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, community of collectors. He's saying hello, Boba Fettuccine. Thank you so much for being here, man. Really appreciate you tuning into the show and joining the chat. I have seen your name. I've seen your name a lot in the community, actually. But welcome in. Really appreciate you tuning in to my show here. Oh man, we got people dropping the peaches. She got a big forehead. Her forehead does look big, especially when you take the mask off. Yeah, Chris is saying looks nothing like her, and then How You Figure saying this figure looks so good. Cylon saying disappointed. Ended up ordering this for my daughter's birthday, 20th birthday next month after seeing an unmasked pic. Dude, that's awesome. It's awesome. Very, very cool. So I think like they made some updates, right? Like we got like these like kind of updated body proportions. I do think it's funny. I was talking to my wife and she's like, don't make fun of that. Don't make fun of that figure on stream tonight because it's my favorite version of Catwoman. So apparently my wife's telling me I need to be kind to this figure. Mike Pause Literus, another channel member, is in the house. Thank you for being here, Mike. I just streamed with Mike yesterday, but we didn't really get to chat too much on the stream, but always good seeing you, bro. We need to link up again, and I need to get you on a show here in the near future, but I think she looks just like her. Am I mental? I see, man, this happens for like, I feel like this happens for everything, for every figure that comes out. There's always people who say the likeness is off. There's always people who love it. It's spot on. So it's just, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. I just like talking about it. I don't really put too much stock into what one person says versus the other person, but I just enjoy talking about it. So you're not mental, man. You're awesome. You're awesome, Mike. Queso saying there's no promotional photos with the mask off, so it's not meant to be removed. Is it really fair to criticize the unmasked face? See, I wasn't sure about this either. Is the mask supposed to come off? Like, I think like the version 1, I think people were saying that it could come off. Some people never thought it could come off. And then this one, they never advertised it. And I kind of thought like, well, if you're going to have the ability to have the mask come off, why not like do like when you're doing these blogger photos, why not show that? I think if the mask, I think this is kind of the differentiating factor for me going back to this question. Queso Blanco is like, if you can take the mask off and there's a sculpt under there that is meant to be a sculpt, I feel like it's fair to criticize it. One that I think of, like, if you take off the mask from like Peacemaker, for example, where the mask isn't meant to come off and you have like the messed up face, I feel like then it's not fair. But this one, it looks like it's meant to be like allowed to be taken off. So I don't know. I feel like there's some different stuff in the community right now about whether or not it's supposed to come off or not. I don't know. For me, I guess it really doesn't matter. But yes. Oh, I should touch on this real quick here. Collection session name, Rip Carl Weathers. I was shocked when I saw this, man. It's just crazy. You just never know. It's just crazy. I saw this right when it popped up, and I was like, man, so sad. But yeah, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Great actor. So many good movies that he was in. Yeah, very sad. Hammer of God saying not supposed to come off. Collection Obsession saying 1.0 Catwoman head sculpt likeness is better. Yeah, Chris saying you could take off the 1.0 in the video. They do take it off. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. Let me see here, because let me see. So yeah, let me see if I can, I don't know if I'll be able to fully pull this up. Like what, hold on, let me look. This is interesting because Mike just sent me something on Instagram. So let me see if I can just pull it up here real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can just save this image real quick to my desktop and then pull it up here. This is interesting. This is like an interesting point. Let me see if I can like, here. See if I can share. I gotta exit for a sec. And then open this up. See if this will work. So this is interesting. This is saying, yeah, this is really interesting. So you can't really see, it's really hard to see down in here. And I don't know if I can necessarily zoom in, but it says down at the bottom of this instruction sheet, it says goggles are an integral part of figure's design. Do not remove the goggles. Otherwise it could disrupt the appearance and arrangement of the fabric hair. Interesting. So they're basically saying, if you remove the goggles, so they're saying, yeah, so they're saying, are they saying disrupt the appearance and arrangement of the fabric hair? Are they only speaking to the appearance of the hair? Or are they speaking to disrupting the appearance, comma, like of the figure itself, like of the head sculpt in the face? But this is interesting. This is interesting. Yeah, this is a interesting point. Yeah, Sideshow event and Hot Toys instructions specifically state not to take it off. That's interesting. I'm kind of yeah, I guess maybe, I guess they tell you not to take it off. Another thing is like, yeah, hold on, I'm gonna exit out of this and go back to what I was on here. I think it makes, yeah, saying, yeah, so I don't think it's fair criticism. Yeah, it's a fair point. Fair point. Instructions aren't the boss of me. I think I guess it's interesting because the goggles aren't supposed to come off, but I feel like, what if the hair got messed up to the point where like maybe that's why they allowed you to remove them, in case like you need to redo the, like, mess with the hair a little bit, because I know this hair can get, you know, messed up in multiple different ways or whatever, depending on your environment, or if you like move it or what have you. So maybe like that's why like you could take it off, but they still left a full-on head sculpt under there. So interesting. I don't know. But Mike Pause Litterist, thank you so much for sharing that with me so I could pull that up on stream. So I think, again, with some photos it looks good. Some, like, I think this is awesome. I think some of the poses are really cool. I think this base is cool. I think it's gonna look really good if you get this one with Bane. Like this looks pretty good to me. Like I said, they changed some of the stuff in the sculpt a little bit, and I don't know. Sometimes these blogger photos are hard too, because just like Padme, and like I feel like some of the Padme photos weren't the greatest, but then you see some of these like in hand. And we kind of joke about it at this point, but like it's always better in hand, right? So I don't know. I don't have a lot of stock in this figure because I still have so far to go on the Dark Knight. Yeah, Mike's saying, I think the goggle strap is maintaining the placement of the hair. It makes sense. It makes sense because it's all tucked back, and then it's holding it there and keeping it all kind of so it doesn't just go side to side. You know, it just doesn't go everywhere. So I think it's meant to hold it kind of behind your ears like that, and then the hair can fall down, right? It makes sense. It makes sense. How you figure, says Steve, you're slowly realizing the more you look at the pictures that you need this figure. I need to actually get on some Dark Knight stuff first. Like some other, like I need to get Batman. I need to get a Dark Knight Batman before I would even consider this figure, honestly. And I would probably get Bane before this figure too. Queso Blanco says they probably had to sculpt her face in a manner to where the goggle piece would fit naturally to the face. That's why it doesn't look like Anne that much. That's a good point. Like you got to sculpt it so that yeah, it's hard because you could base the sculpt kind of off of the pictures that you see from the movie too. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I think there's some really cool stuff here with this, also, I think this pistol is actually like articulated. Like you can actually like cock it back and you can remove the magazine. I think that's pretty cool. Mike says looks more accurate than this Sabine sculpt. What? Oh, Michael. But I think some of these poses, so like I know this is one of the poses that everybody pretty much wants to do. Mike, oh, no, you didn't. Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that one, Mike, but if you truly believe that, man, more power to you. If you truly believe it. That's funny. I know everybody kind of wants to do this pose with the bat pod, and then I'm like, well, I would have to get a bat pod, but the material of the suit obviously is something that everybody talks about too. I don't know if this is something I would even risk, like just based on the suit. Like if these are pleather boots, I guess I don't know if these are actually pleather. Is the suit pleather? Like you're just putting stress in a lot of areas by doing something like this. Does it look great? Yeah, it looks really cool. There's one pose. This pose is badass. I think this looks really good. Like standing next to it, this looks really cool with the arm behind her back, you know, holding the gun. I think this is really cool. I think that captures like the look of the character pretty well. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Like if any of you in the chat have the 1.0, is this something that you're going to be picking up? If you like, are you going to upgrade it? I'd be curious. I'm going to start a poll. I should have done are you picking up a Han Solo, but I feel like everybody is. Let me start this poll. Are you picking up Catwoman? You can let me know in the poll in the chat. Are you picking up this figure? I'd be curious to see. I feel like if you watch, or if you like, I don't know, because the Dark Knight, I feel like everybody likes the Dark Knight pretty much, but and a lot of people have, you know, DX19, and like, yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who are probably going to want, you know, this version of Catwoman. But we shall see. We shall see. This is a cool pose. They really like brought it with the bat pod. I feel like they know everybody wants that. Yeah, like something like this, like how is the material going to hold up if you actually do this? You know what I mean? This looks good too. Like just, I think the base is cool. Mike hitting that Grail emoji. I prefer her pose in front of the base than on the pod. You can really get some sexy lifelike poses with her. It looks like I'm waiting for 15% off though. Yeah, I think you can capture the character well, like with just certain poses. This base is cool. I do like for them to include a base like this. I think is really cool. It's cool. You get like this water effect down here. They did a good job with like the lighting here where it's kind of shining through down at the bottom. Queso saying, I really want to see if it gets overstocked on Sideshow since it got announced 2 years ago. It's going to be interesting to see if like 1.0 people are going to pick this one up. I think the only reason my name is Nemesis says, what is going on with my chat thing here? I think the only reason someone would pick the 2.0 Catwoman is because the 1.0 is flaking. Yeah, because there's concerns about the suit, right? Or unless you don't have it. Yep. The base is the same as the, hold on, why is my thing being so goofy? Hold on. Screen is being weird. There we go. The base is the same as the Bane base, which is really cool. Yeah, the base is really cool. I think the base is awesome. I thought the wall base was die cast. It's not, right? I don't think so. I don't think it is. I'm gonna guess, is this backdrop cardboard? I'm gonna guess it's plastic, but that's a good question. That's a really good question. I would guess it's plastic though. That's a good, it's hard to tell in this photo. I really hope it's not cardboard. If it is, it better be a really nice cardboard where it's not just going to get like creased really easily or like marked up real easy. Check out D Knight's thoughts of 2.0 Catwoman. His 1.0 garment disintegrated. Disintegrated. That's scary. Graham saying, I hope everybody passes this so I can pick her up on discount. Yeah, sold the 1.0, waiting this one. Yeah, because like there was concerns about the 1.0, right? Yeah, it's plastic painted to look like rust, but okay. That's what I think. Like the back, yeah, it's plastic. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's plastic. I think I think this little water effect looks cool with this lighting and stuff. I think like that's a, pretty cool addition to put in with the figure. I feel like it's something that's kind of hard to get right too, but I think in this picture, like in these photos with the base, it looks good. I would agree. I like this fog in the background. I think they did a good job with this picture. Yeah, it's cool. Cool base. Looks awesome. This is cool too. Let's see here. Yeah, I do not want cardboard, please. No cardboard, and do not give me the flimsy plastic that comes with all these exclusives like Warner Bros. 100 Wonder Woman and D100 Iron Man. Just these plastic flimsy attachment things are not the greatest. Okay, let's end the poll here. What do we got? Are you picking up Catwoman? 17 votes, no. 58% yes, 41%. So kind of like not too far of a, or too big of a split, but a little bit majority leaning towards no. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one, and yeah, I thought it was also interesting because this was like the longest awaited figure to come out. I thought maybe they would do a little bit more with it, seeing that it took so long, for this to come out. But yeah, cool. Okay, let's get to the next thing here. That's a wrap on Catwoman. Yeah, we will move on. I thought there was a comment I wanted to get to. Oh yeah, Mike had made a comment to how you figure. Yeah, framing them up around the Joker or Batman Armory. Yeah, man, this is tough, right? Yeah, we'll talk about the Armory because I'm going to talk about JND. We'll talk about the Armory. Kind of leaning towards going that route and getting pulling the trigger on the Armory, and yeah, we'll see. Jeffrey's in the house. What is up, Jeffrey? Thank you for tuning into the show. Appreciate you joining up on the chat. Need that Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. That would be awesome. That would be a really cool figure. I agree. Give us more from the Batman. That'd be a slippery slope for me. So love that movie. Love that movie. Okay, let's move on. So I'm not gonna like talk a ton about this. Trying to just keep it succinct kind of with everything. But this is something I gotta talk about. I want to give kind of my own thoughts on this. But before I do, I want to address this comment from Mike Pause, Literus. Can Hot Toys announce a 22 Batmobile so I don't have to secretly hate you for the rest of my life? Yeah, so for those who don't know, I ended up actually biting the bullet and ordering a Jazz Inc. 2022 Batmobile, which is supposed to be here like Tuesday. It's slated for like February 6th. Super fast shipping. It shipped on the 30th or 31st from the Netherlands. So I'm going to have it in like less than a week, which is crazy. Or I guess about a week. Crazy, but yeah, very excited. But I do think Hot Toys is going to make one at some point. When, who knows? And when they announce it, it's going to be over a year plus before it even comes out. So yes, but no, Mike, you cannot secretly hate me. You cannot secretly hate me. I don't know what you're referencing, Queso Blanco. I don't know what you're referencing. Bo was saying congrats. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm very excited. This is like the first time I've ever had anything Jazz Inc. And I'm going to have that before my Batman, along with the Bat Cycle that I already have. Just haven't even got the Batman figure yet. So, but I got a spot ready for it. A whole DF-120 I opened up because I rearranged all the stuff behind me. I opened up a case over here that you can't see off screen, attached to like this, like kind of this row right here over that way. The idea, I don't know. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Okay, let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix Joker here. So these are looking just crazy good. Yeah, these are, these figures look absolutely incredible. I'm actually kind of relieved that I'm not a huge fan of this version of the Joker and this version of the movie, because it's very, very tempting with how good this looks. And they did such a good job with these photos. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The likeness and just everything is just spot on. It's just, I know there's like some really minor things that they could change. I know that's always a thing with InArt, and they're really open to changing that stuff. But man, these look just incredible. I think the one main thing is, you know, the fact that you kind of like, you don't have the option to just get one. I feel like that's kind of a bummer. And I know InArt said, oh, we have to have this $1,000 minimum in order because of the licensing and what have you. Yeah, it just kind of sucks. This is a perfect opportunity for Hot Toys to make an Arthur Fleck, you know, or do a rooted, like I could see another artisan from this movie, them releasing this red coat Joker and having it be half the price of the entry point for InArt, you know what I mean? So, but we'll see. But I think these look awesome. Again, not something that I'm going to be picking up. Like I've told people, like this movie is actually like pretty sad. When I watched this, I just like thought about it and I was like, damn, like we do some people so dirty in society, and like what happens to some people just really, really sucks. But this is nevertheless just an absolute incredible set. You have to really, really be into the Joker. They did a phenomenal job with these photos too. Like, look at this. Just incredible looking at with this. They did such a nice job with the photos. And also this smiling, like kind of laughing sculpt, I feel like is really hard to pull off. We don't see this a lot with figures, these like smiling, laughing, and they nailed this. Like this sculpt is just incredible. This looks really, they all look good. What I would have liked to have is like, I wish they would have done a 4-pack for the Dark Knight and gave us Bank Robber Joker and Nurse Joker, along with Jail Cell and then Purple Coat. But that's the one I would have wanted. I think 4-pack if it was a Joker. But yeah, not something I'm picking up. This looks just like him. It's crazy. It's crazy how good these are. And I think from a value perspective, I think the 4-pack is a better, you're paying more money, but it's a better value than the 2-pack. When you like average it out, you're getting more per figure if you get the 4-pack. But just not for me. And I think that's kind of scary too, because I know there's going to be people out there who are going to say, well, I'm going to buy the 4-pack because it's less per figure, and then I'm going to try to sell off the ones that I don't want. Well, then the market is just going to get flooded with these figures, and it's just going to be a big mess. So me personally, I wouldn't go with the idea of like, I'm going to buy the 4-pack and then hope that I can sell some of these off to make it so like maybe 1 or 2 of them cost me less money. I feel like that's just, it's a dangerous game, because we look at what happened with the first, like the Dark Knight Joker, right? These 2-packs are selling for $400 off of what the retail price was. So it's just, you just got to be really careful. But I do think the 4-pack is a better value. And I think too, like one thing we're talking about is, this looks so good, but you know, one thing that I think about with this is the price point of, like, as collectors, I feel like we get kind of like this sticker shock where it's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. But then if you look at your collecting habits over time of how you collect, and like how, if you're buying a high, like I guess whatever you consider high volume, but if you're collecting 10 figures, 15 figures a year, this really doesn't equate to being like a ton, I guess, if you look at it that way, of how many figures you're collecting. And like, can you make a sacrifice and get this 4-pack if you really like this movie? Well, you just don't buy like a few more figures, right? So I think like if you're buying a high volume of figures, it's really not that bad of a value proposition here. I think was just kind of like collector brain goes towards like, wow, that's so expensive. But then you have to take a step back and look at how you're collecting, and is it really compared to the big picture of how you collect, is kind of what I would ask yourself. But I think it's a good value here for what you're getting. You're getting this really nice, like this diorama, you're getting the chair, you're getting these stairs. If you are into this movie, more power to you. Like I said, this movie's like sad to me. It's not really something that I feel like I need represented in my collection. It's not really it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I think the movie's really well done. It's really good. And it was one of those thought-provoking movies for me. And I know it's still DC and stuff like that, but it just like, yeah, it was pretty thought-provoking for me, and just, not something that I feel like I need to collect. Not my favorite version of Joker, but the way that they kind of the progression of the character within one movie of just kind of like who he was and then what he became was just really, really well done. But I'm happy for people who are getting this. If you really love this movie and you really want this, I think you are in for a treat. It's going to be awesome. Collection Obsession says, which version of Batmobile are you getting? So I got the clean version. Mike says, this is art. I've shown this to normies and they finally understand. Yeah, it really is. It is. I do feel like these figures are art, right? They're, you know, the way that these are being done, you know, I would agree. Silent saying, I want the red suit and bathroom scene, but I won't buy the 4-pack to get them, sadly. Next. Yeah. It's like, it sucks that you're kind of like, they're gatekeeping these to a 4-pack, right? I'm sure people would want to pick one or the other, but at the same time, I get it from a business perspective. You spend the money on this license, it's really it cannot be cheap for InArt. If they're putting out this and this is the amount of money they have to charge, imagine the price of the license. In order for them to essentially make some money, they got to gatekeep it behind a $1,000 minimum paywall. So like these have to be expensive in order for them to do in order for the licensing and they have to make profit. You know what I mean? So, if they paid for a license and they just released all these individually, it'd be really tough to say if they would make money. They probably are just gambling on the fact. Well, I shouldn't say gambling, but they're probably, you know, thinking that they're going to make more money this way by selling them all together. Those Jokers look amazing. # no more purple coat. I still really love my Dark Knight rooted 2-pack. It's incredible. Incredible looking for sure. Mike is saying, how exciting for people in the community for whom this film is their favorite of all time. Probably the best day of your collecting life. That's got to be awesome. For real, man. I think about like if they did a 4-pack of like another set of characters, like, man, if they just did like a 4-pack, I said like if they did a 4-pack Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was seeing this on Wolfpack Wednesdays, like if they did just like a 4-pack with like all these different dioramas, or even like a Luke Skywalker, even though we have so many Lukes now, we have so many Lukes at this point, you don't need to do that. But just like, I think of what characters I would want if they did like a 4-pack. Sorry, my nose always gets itchy when I'm on stream for some reason. But yeah, if they did a 4-pack, what figure would I want? You know what I mean? It's fun to think about. 12-inch Moose Stream saying, I've gotten 15 figures this month. Yeah, that's some high volume collecting right there. So then you could like say, you know, you look at this and you're like 4 figures. If you're buying 15 figures in a month and you can sustain that level of collecting, like this probably is not going to be a big deal for you. You know what I mean? It's a lot of figures. That's awesome, man. Hammer of God saying, the problem is what other characters can you even make from this license to recoup on the fees? So they have to make the 4 and 2 packs of just the 1 fig. Hold on, let me read this again. The problem is what other characters can you even make from this license to recoup on the fees? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying like what other figure? Yeah, they really can't make any other figures from this license. Yeah, you're right. I see what you're saying now. So yeah, they have just the one character that they can like, nobody's going to buy anybody else from this movie, right? So you just have to like, the only way you're going to make money on this license is if you make multiple. I agree. You have to just like, yeah, I get why they're doing it this way. Someone had said a 4-pack of Terminator. Yeah, they have that. Like they're sounds like they're going to do Terminator. When? I don't know. I think like John, who's one of the the spokesperson for InArt, had said like they're basically capped through mid 2025 on what they're doing. They're going to be like everything that they've kind of shown and teased, like Harry Potter and Dune and just like all the stuff they've already shown and teased are kind of like through mid 2025. That's what they're working on. So there's not going to be more stuff coming for a while, probably. Yomo is in the house. Yo, what is up, dude? Appreciate you stopping by the show. Always good to see you, man. Happy you are here. Mike saying Steve would buy a 4-pack of the same 4 Obi-Wan figures, post them 4 different ways and say it was totally worth it. I do not own any doubles, really, of any. The only, I guess, doubles, are troopers that I have. But I don't really own any doubles. I guess InArt Joker 2-pack, but they're a little bit different. But yeah, otherwise I don't really own any doubles of anything. Crazy. Bubba was saying hit that like button. Yes, please hit that like button on your way in, you guys that are joining up. And if you haven't already, Reversio's in the house. What up, baby? There's my Carlos impression. What up, baby? What's up, dude? Appreciate you being here. Hammer of God saying, I heard JND said the license for Terminator is back up for grabs next year. Interesting. That's true. Should have been a Han 4-pack. Yeah, I don't see Hot Toys has a stranglehold on that license. I don't really see Star Wars going that direction. Oh, what about Vader? No double of the character. Oh yeah, I have multiple. I have a New Hope Vader and Empire Strikes Back Vader. I just mean by, yeah, so I have different variations of characters, and I know Vader's kind of like subtle variations, but I don't have like when I say that, I don't have like 2 of the exact same thing, like 2 A New Hope Vaders, I guess is how I would say it. I don't have like a double really of anything that I can think of. I do have like double Snow Troopers, but it's a Snow Trooper 2-pack, and one of them's a Rocket Trooper, so they're technically a little bit different because he's got like the backpack or the jetpack on. It's from the Snow Trooper 2-pack, but yeah, so I don't really have, it's not like I have 2 Obi-Wan Kenobis that are the exact same figure. I would rather buy like, it's hard to get doubles of the same figure is tough when there's a lot of stuff that I want to get. But yes, the one thing that I will say, the one gripe, and let me see, sorry, I'm going to go kind of fast through these pictures. So on these stairs, and I want to see if there's like another, I'm going to go a little bit more in here. I don't even know if it shows it again. Sorry, I'm going to go fast. So it doesn't show it on those stairs. See, this is how I wish the stairs were. I wish they actually looked like this. I'm gonna keep going fast here because maybe they don't show any other pictures with the stairs. Not that one. Yeah, so I don't think they do. So sorry, I gotta go. I think there's like 50 pictures, but close your eyes, people. So I'm back at where this photo, but anyways, the one thing that I don't love about the stairs is this Joker wording. I really wish they wouldn't have put that on there. And like, I say that, and I'm not buying the figure. That's another thing. So like, take my opinion for what you will, because I know some people are like, well, people say stuff about it, but they're not even going to buy it. Well, I'm just saying, if it were me buying this, I would say a suggestion to InArt for this, and I actually did bring this up, I commented on a couple other things, is one thing that they brought up in the past was people have said, you know, why do I have to use this magnetic base? Like, why can't I have an alternative option to use a crotch grabber if I want to, or some type of stand, like a non-magnetic stand, like a pole or something? And they said that if you were to do a crotch grabber or like a stand like that, it would take away from the realism of the piece. In my mind, this is something that takes away from the realism of the diorama by having the word Joker split across and staggered on the stairs like this. I just don't think it's necessary. Is it a deal breaker? No, it's really not. But again, if you're talking about realism and you want to get it as realistic as possible, which I know that's something they're striving for, they want it to be realistic, then I just don't see why this wording should be on the stairs. It's a questionable, maybe they have to put the name on it. I don't really know. I don't know, but I just felt like that was just something that is just a kind of a small thing for me. I feel like they did not need. Let's see here. Mike saying, besides Troopers, the Batman will be my first double. Yeah, nice. I am getting the InArt Batman as well, so I will have two, the Hot Toys and the InArt version, if you want to count that as a double. Hammer of God saying, at the midpoint of the stairs, is it plastic or cardboard? Yeah, this backdrop, I'm gonna guess this backdrop here is maybe cardboard. Maybe, because it ends like right here on the stairs, so maybe that's just like a cardboard insert. But hopefully, like I said, they make it into like a actual like nice diorama board, not like a cheap flimsy piece of cardboard. Zord Photography is in the house. What is up, Zord? Appreciate you tuning in, bro. If you guys haven't already, go take a listen to the replay of an episode of the collector tour that I did with Zord. Great episode, just a great dude. So Patrick, thank you so much for being here, bro. Jedi saying, gotta love a good old crotch grabber. Yeah, it's just like, it's kind of interesting that they wouldn't include that, but then they'll put this writing on the base. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but otherwise, if you're getting this, more power to you. I think it looks phenomenal. Really awesome set. I'm not doing it, but if you love it, awesome. Awesome. Zord saying, I'm late to the InArt game. Is it true this Joker set is $2,000? So I think the retail on the 4-pack is like $1,400, but after shipping, it's like I think on 1/6 kit, it's like $1,778 or something like that. And then I want to say the 2-pack comes out to what, $1,292 or something. So you're looking at roughly $1,300 and $1,800 for the 2-pack, $1,300 for the 2-pack, $1,800 for the 4-pack shipped. That's like 1/6 kit, but other places are going to be, other places like the shipping is going to be a little bit variable and the pricing is going to be a little bit variable, but yeah, that's kind of the ballpark there. So not quite 2,000, but still, yeah, I think 1,800-ish. Always happy to be here. Yeah, bro. Thank you so much for tuning in. So that's it for the InArt Joker. But yeah, like I said, it's crazy because like it looks so good. This is one of those sets too. It's like I don't have a huge connection to it, but it looks so good. It like makes you want to get the figures because they look so realistic. They look so cool. I think they knocked it out of the park with these. Yeah, here you go. The range on the 4-pack, depending on some places, it'll be $1,600 to $1,800. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I think shipping is a big factor in some of the pricing, depending on, you know, if you get it from like Australia. I know there's places you can get it from where the exchange rate is in your favor. If you're in the US, you can get it a little bit cheaper. Okay, let's move on from this. I know I didn't do a poll. That's okay. I'll pass on the poll because I forgot to do it. Let's move on to this. Let's move on. So JND showed their Bruce Wayne and the Batman in the Armory. 12-inch boosters. Yeah, I think that you can get it cheap from Pop Culture. Yes, I believe you can as well. So yeah, and then JND drops this stuff with very interesting. It's really interesting to see what J&D is doing, and this piece in particular with the Armory and stuff, with like this Type C, with you basically get this Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne, and I think I thought his head could move. Like I thought you could move his head, because I think in the video behind the scenes it kind of showed them moving his neck and stuff. So I think you can move his neck. I don't know about the rest of the figure if you can move it or not. And then you get the Batman, which is a power pose Batman. So he doesn't change from this pose. And then you obviously get the Armory. So essentially, like, this is basically like having a Batman statue in 1/6 form. I will say it looks good. I think it looks good, but like I wouldn't want my Batman to just look like this, and this is like in this pose. The head sculpt literally looks just like their statue, like kind of shrunken down, but it's good. I don't think it's like 800. Oh yeah, Hammer God saying Bruce Wayne is an articulated figure. Okay, I thought so. I know I saw them move the neck. So Bruce is an articulated figure. I was gonna say too, he better be for how much he costs, because I think he's like 835 bucks just for him alone, I think was the pricing. Oh yeah, so you can see like they moved him in this picture. I think it looks good, but I don't think it's like $800 some good. And then you have wait here, there we go. And you have like whatever, over 800 bucks, and then you have to pay, because these are not available in the US, so you're gonna have to pay, with this being limited to what was it, 800, I think. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money to get this. You're gonna get this like have to get this over 1K just to get the Bruce Wayne figure. And it's just like, for me, spending that level on one figure is like, this better be like the best possible likeness and the best possible everything for this figure at that point. It's like a point of diminishing returns, you know what I mean? Mike saying this is Peach. I know what you're really saying though. Yeah, 12-inch Moose Stream says, I have a bunch of statues. I want articulation. Right. And I feel like this is just a really interesting take by JND. Like, I don't really understand who they're trying to, like, are they trying to just appeal to like really high level collectors here with this, who just like want hyper realism? Because basically, essentially what this is a one, like it becomes, especially with the Batman, you get into like a 1/6 statue. That's what it is, a power pose. It's essentially a 1/6 statue. This figure, yeah, Bruce Wayne. Okay, now you can see like the articulation. This is like, to have just a Bruce Wayne in to have a figure that's in a suit cost $800 is crazy. Let alone $800 for something that had like a really intricate outfit. Like, even if this was a like his full-on Batman outfit and it was like really intricate, $800 for any figure to me is just, that's just kind of crazy. Crazy to buy a figure in a suit when you can go get like a topo body for like 100 and some bucks, and this is $800 some. Like, it's crazy. And I guess this is cool. So like, if you were to get this Joker, again, the price of it is just astronomical, and then have like this isn't really like, I wouldn't want to do that pose. I just wouldn't want to do it. Yeah, Hammer of God saying it's also just a civilian character for 1K. Yeah, not exactly. By the time it's all said and done. Yeah. Mike saying he's in 1/6 for articulation. And then Mike, you're bringing up this Armory comment. I'm going to get back to this one. Jedi saying just driving the market up for everyone to follow. Yeah, it's like, what, hopefully this doesn't just lead people to say like, well, yeah, what can I get away with? You know, what can we start getting away with here? I will say this Armory looks really cool. It's just, you're like, what I think, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Type C, which is Bruce Wayne, Power Pose, Batman, and the Armory is $1,800. So you're well in over 2K if you get this from a reseller. You're probably more like 22, 23, 24 because this is limited. So it's going to be just like it was with the Joker. Let's see here. Yeah, so like 12-inch Blue Streamer saying in August I bought the Batman Armory with Wayne and Alfred for $400. Like that's what I mean. Like that's less than half the cost of just the Bruce Wayne figure for J&D. It's crazy. I want to get back to this comment that Mike said because, and this is kind of the opposite where like, you know, Graham had said just driving the market up for everyone to follow. This is a perfect way for, you know, these other companies should be capitalizing and really looking at like what's the best value proposition. You know, Hot Toys is in kind of a spot where like InArt and J&D are, I feel like it's good for them to, it's good for Hot Toys to have competition, but at the same point, Hot Toys could be like, we can still have a really good level of quality, but what's the best value? And to me, like this, what Mike's saying is like, I'm getting the Hot Toys Armory at that price. It makes sense to me. You can get this Hot Toys Armory for, it's retails at Sideshow for $570. You can get it cheaper at other places. You don't have to get it from Sideshow, and you're getting an Armory. Granted, it's not the same one, but you're getting the Armory. You're getting a fully articulated, upgraded DX19 essentially. And then you're getting a Power Pose Bruce Wayne, which I don't really need the power. Like that's the only thing I'm bothered about the Armory is that the fact that like, I really don't need all that. I really just want the Batman. I want the actual just like outfit. Because I don't want to get the DX19 because I want the updates and you're kind of stuck behind this paywall. But at the same time, I'm kind of like this Armory is I've been thinking about actually pre-ordering this lately because the value of it is really good when you look at something like this. $1,800 for this and you can't pose the Batman and you get a Bruce Wayne in a suit, and then you have $570 where you're getting granted you're getting a Power Pose, but at least it's not the Batman. I can live with a Power Pose Bruce Wayne. And at the same time, I'm not really that doesn't really bother me too much because the price of it, even like for $570, even for like an Armory and an updated version of a Batman suit, like the Power Pose figure, you could look at it as being relatively inexpensive for all of that stuff. So I think Hot Toys kind of has the ability where they need to just keep their prices. Like, I don't think they should elevate their prices. I feel like they need to keep their prices like more in the market of where everybody's going to say, well, look at the value. You know, they don't need to start trying to match everything. I get for Artisan where they're going to try to match because they want to make it seem like, or like they're going to do like how InArt does 2 figures. Hot Toys is just doing like Artisan Joker, right? Like the value is you just have to buy 1 figure, but you also have the sculpted version of that figure too. You know what I mean? That's competitively, that's still like competitively priced, but, and obviously they have just so many other figures, but yeah, Graham's making this point. Now you think you're getting a deal because of the outrageous stuff from InArt and J&D. Yeah, that's how they get you. I think there's like I think that's like, you have to draw the line of like, where do you feel like that's where they get you? You know what I mean? Like at what price point? Because this is another thing. If J&D did this and this was like, you know, this is $1,800 and then Hot Toys said, oh, we're going to do our Armory with this Batman and Power Pose Bruce Wayne for $1,000. No, based on what they've done for other stuff, there's just no way. Like that's why I feel like the value you're getting for like, you know, the Armory they're coming out with is it's a good value when you look at everything that you're getting, especially when you look at just the price of like a Batman figure alone. Like a Batman figure, then you have the Armory. I feel like you're getting I feel like it's a pretty decent value. Collection Obsession saying I'm satisfied with my 1.0 Hot Toys Armory with Bruce and Alfred. Yeah, I know that's a cool set. I do really like the Dark Knight Rises armory. I feel like it's cool. I like how it has like the water effect on there. It looks like, and it's in the Bat Cave. I feel like that's cool. I think like D'Lo made the point on Wednesday, like it's actually in the Bat Cave, which I think is really cool. I like the look of that one. So we'll see. Because the other thing is I want to get a like a Bale Batman. I don't have one, but I don't want the DX19. I want this one that has, like I said, that has the upgrades. So we'll see. Mike saying, I hope they don't use Hano as an excuse to raise the prices of all of their Hot Toys figures. Yeah, I hope not. I don't think so, though. I feel like they're kind of more using that as like a really like entry level value proposition, right? And for them to do like simple animated characters, I feel like that's is cool. Let's see here. Zord is saying, how far can one stretch spending an X amount of money for quality? Exactly. Like you get to a point of diminishing returns, right? I feel like, I've got saying at some point we're going to have to vote with our wallets to take a stand because it's only going to get worse by the same time next year. We're average 250 right now with Hot Toys. It may be 280 next year. Yeah. And like another thing is too, is everything is going up. Like we all know that everything, groceries, everything, like just everything you buy right now, the prices are up. Everything is more expensive. Shipping is more expensive. All these companies have to then pay these, you know, the companies they're shipping with. So like, I understand too, companies have to do things. They have to make adjustments. Like they can't just lose, lose a bunch of money either, so they have to like stay in business. They can't just like eat all that cost, you know what I mean? So it goes to the consumer, just like this $5 of like this extra $5 on every figure that you're paying on Sideshow. BP gas, no BP gas, never buy their gas. Yeah, why can't Hot Toys hire Kojin? I don't know. I thought maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he was a former Hot Toys sculptor. I thought he did. I'm pretty sure he was. I thought he worked for them in the past. I could be wrong, but I thought he did. But yeah, like this is crazy when you just see the offerings that Hot Toys has for armories. Like it's just crazy. Oh, you have an electric vehicle? Good. You never have to buy anything from BP. Let me just go through a couple more of these pictures. I mean, this looks really good. It's just like it can look good, but I'm not spending that level of money on just like, yeah, something like this. Just too crazy. Especially in 6 scale. You know what I mean? Like if this is like 3rd scale or something for that price, is a little bit different, but it's not. Joker looks pretty good though. I will say that. Get this bust, but like, yeah, and then you get like these swappable parts. I think like some of this stuff looks pretty cool. This is nice that they have this, like, you get all of these like base parts things with it too, because that's pretty cool. It's huge. So yeah, did I go through them all? I think I went through them all. Okay. Let me get out of this. Hold on. Uh-oh. I just took it away. That's okay. Okay, let me just go back to this screen here. So yeah, that's crazy stuff. Yeah, Graham saying, I actually like the base and platform a lot. Simple yet really effective. Yeah, I like those types of bases too. I think it does look cool. For 2000, Zord says, for 2000, that armory should be coming out of the ground like in the movie. Yeah, they should have like an electric thing. Okay. That's pretty much all I have to talk about figure wise, but I have one thing that I want to do. My last thing of the night. Let me see if I can find, where did I put my picture at? Thought I had it on my hold on, maybe not. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Where did it go? This is really weird. I had something saved. And it's gone. Well, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see if I can find this thing and pull it up or edit it real quick. All right, you guys are going to have to give me a minute. Because I want to do a new game. Real quick. And this is going to be the preliminary test run. And for some reason, my thumbnails did not save. I don't know where they went. So give me a second. Okay. I'm going to just whip this together real quick here. And then we'll be off. Okay. So I had something created to do this game, but for some reason my thumbnail just like disappeared. My whole entire thing just disappeared. Okay. Give me 1 second here. It's loading. Okay. All right, let me pull this back up here real quick. Sorry for the delay. Would you rather get Bespin Han Solo or Han on Tauntaun? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'd probably rather get Bespin Han maybe at this point. That's a good question. Okay, here we go. I got it. It's ready. Okay. Okay, so I need to share something real quick. So I'm gonna pull this up. So there's a new game I've been thinking about trying, and I want to demo it tonight. This is the first time that I want to do it. So this game that I created is called Grail or Fail. So you have your option of picking basically just one of these figures, okay? And labeling it, like you have to argue one versus the other, what you believe is going to be a Grail figure. Or it is a Grail figure in your mind. It can be whatever. But you can only label one of them that. So you have to kind of pick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile. This is going to be like chat driven. So I'm not really going to I'm going to kind of talk about it and see, maybe give my thoughts, but I'm going to end up putting these into a kind of a spreadsheet where like I have a winner and losers bracket kind of already. I have it already created. And then they're just going to that way I can just keep it going and see like who keeps winning and see just so the game can keep going. Okay. So winners can face winners and, eventually I'll come back to some figures so they can face other ones. So but depending on who wins this one, it would face another winner later on. Mike says Grail. So I need you guys to talk through this a little bit. Maybe give me some comments on what you think as far as what one would you say is ultimately a Grail versus the other, either the Batman or the Mark III. Like what has the potential to be one later on? Is one personal to you? What one would you argue for? I feel like this is a shout out to Brick Artemis, because I was like, I wanted to do a Batman one I wanted to potentially do it against BVS Batman, but there's the 2.0 coming out, and I wanted to keep it to figures that are already released. So what one do you feel like is going to be, what one is more worthy of Grail status? I'm going to create a poll. Which figure is the Grail? The Batman. Iron Man Mark III. Okay, poll is up. So you can go ahead and vote on what one you believe will be the Grail of the two. This is tough because there's a lot of Iron Man figures, but this, like, so I have this figure. It is incredible. Like, it's probably my favorite Iron Man right now in the collection. I have a few different Iron Man figures at this point, but this figure is really cool, and it's from a really iconic moment. It's obviously when it started, but is it Grail worthy? There's so many other figures, like versus the Batman. There's so many other Iron Man figures of the same character. The Batman, this is like, there's a lot of Batmans, but this is like the OG for Pattinson, right? So it's tough. It's a tough one, tough call to make. Mike is saying the Batman. Wow, that's it. No explanation needed. Doc Bat, the Bat himself. For me, I choose the Batman, but I think the Grail era is gone with the 2.0s. Yeah. So it's not so much like whether or not it will be, I guess, or like it doesn't, like if it is down the road or whatever, not necessarily, but I kind of wanted to basically just like kind of pit high level figures against each other, where like it's kind of hard to choose. Like for me, it's kind of hard to choose between, you know, these two, one being, you know, you have to kind of make the argument for one versus the other. Like I said, I just wanted to do kind of a demo run and have one here. ROTJ Iron Man is too diluted compared to the Batman. I love him, but there are so many ROTJ figures and only one Pattinson. It's a really good point. It's a really, really good point. So we have 12 votes. I'm looking at the poll right now. We have 12 votes and it's relatively split. I'm going to let it go for like a few, like maybe a couple more minutes here. Eddie, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. I feel like Batman has more potential because Pattinson is still creating his legacy as a character. And like you said, there's way too many Iron Mans out there. Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's a good point. Zord is saying the Batman, it's his first suit. Yeah, it's his first suit. But the other thing too is for this Iron. Yeah. I guess like this isn't technically like the first Iron Man suit, but it's like, I feel like so iconic. Right, like this is gonna be like, and this figure is hot right now, and I get other Iron, like I get you can pretty much get Iron Man's, kind of whatever Iron Man you want to get at this point, unless it's a limited one. Like you can pretty much get the other Iron Man figures relatively easily, and this one's new, just came out, has pretty much been, you know, been sold out everywhere. But I'm pretty sure Underground Figures still has some pre-orders if you guys are actually looking for a Mark III. I think there's maybe some pre-orders left. I could check. I'm going to give us a couple more minutes. We got 17 votes. So if you haven't voted already, get your vote in, because the winner moves on and the loser goes to the loser's bracket. I am going to count this one. But yeah, I would agree. Like I would probably lean more towards the Batman, just because like, yeah, like Zord said, it's his first suit. It's going, anytime you get like an original of something, it's just like the OG is always something that's really cool. You never know how sequels are going to go. And like this just first initial version of the character, I feel like is really cool. Funky Cold Santa's in the house. What's up, man? Thank you so much for being here. Bats. yeah, I feel like a lot of people are gonna pick maybe this one wasn't so difficult. Give it one more minute here. In the future I'll do multiple, but I didn't really have a lot of time today, so I just am picking one. And maybe I'll make like some more rules or make some criteria, but I just, like I said, I wanted to kind of just do a pilot, see maybe what you guys thought of it. You could go the other way for like the Mark III too, of like, there's a lot of Batman figures. Mark III is, like I said, this is one really iconic scene for Iron Man. And then it's like, yeah, it's like I should make some higher stakes for this. Like you can only, whatever one you pick, the other one you can't have in your collection or something. But I'll think about some of that. You almost saying personal choices of Mark III. I love the film. This is one of my favorite Iron Man suits, and it's one of the first iconic suits of Iron Man in the MCU. Yeah, you're exactly right. Collection obsession. Iron Man Mark III, way more of an icon for me. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Okay, well, thank you guys for your votes. I'm going to end the poll. Ooh. So the Batman moves on. The Batman, 58%. Iron Man Mark III, 41%. So Batman goes to winner's bracket. Mark III, starting off, going down into the loser's bracket. So that's how it's going to go. I might if I do other shows, I'm going to just maybe do 1 or 2 or 3 of these, depending. I got to make a list. I'm making a list of grails right now that I want to pit against each other. I kind of want the point of it to be like, you have to make a hard decision on what one. So like I said, you got any ideas, you can let me know, but I want to just kind of do a pilot version of this. And yeah, we'll add some more rules and stuff as we go. But yeah, you guys can let me know what you think. So that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for tonight. That's it. Am I so... Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. That's all I got, you guys. Hopefully, wow, an hour and 45 minutes. It's a lot of talking by myself for an hour and 45 minutes, but I appreciate you guys all tuning in as always. Glad I did the Friday night showdown stream. Yeah, it was it's really nice when you guys actually say stuff in the chat as we go here. It's helpful. I like talking with you all. Getting through comments helps me, helps keep my mind going and keep things fresh. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Coming up on the channel here. So we have, like I said, if you haven't already, you can check out my Wrecker review that just dropped on the channel a few hours ago. And then if you're a channel member, I just added this thing where I'm going to do early access to videos for channel members, but the videos are still obviously going to be available to everybody, but you'll have like a few hours to watch it before anybody else for your channel member. I just wanted to add that kind of just like additional simple perk. So you have that ability now. And what else? You can catch me on Wolfpack Wednesdays over at the Jedi Knights Watch channel with Graham, D-Lo the Collector, and Brick Artemis and myself. We go live every Wednesdays. I'm sure I see a lot of you in here right now, familiar faces that are usually always over there too as well. So catch me on there. A couple figure reviews I got coming up soon too. I'm actually going to review the Mark III. I have the review ready. I just need to do a couple things with it. And then there's a couple other figures. Like I want to review Comic Spidey, another one that I haven't reviewed that one yet, because of when I first opened it, it was damaged, so I had to send it back. I might do a review, I might not. We'll see on that one. And then also I just got upgraded Goblin and upgraded Green Goblin. I'm going to probably do a review on that one. And then obviously when this Jazzing Bat cycle comes in, 100% I'm going to be reviewing that. Really, really excited for that one. That one's probably going to take some time. I'm going to do a more comprehensive, hopefully high quality kind of cinematic review with that one. So that's really it. Guys, if you haven't already on your way out, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, appreciate you tuning in. If you're just out there listening, please consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, if you guys are interested in becoming a channel member, you can always take the plunge. The link is in the description below as well as in the chat. Tighter FL right before we sign off with a $9.99 super chat, man. Thank you so much for your generosity, dude. You did not have to do that, but I really appreciate it so much. $9.99 for doing a Friday stream. Yes, thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. And this means I'm going to save it tighter for next time. I'm going to rain check because I'm ending the stream, but you get a spin on the super wheel, which I will show you next time. But you get a spin on the super wheel, and it has some different landing things where I do something because you gave me a super chat. But I will do that I will do that next time, so it's a little bit more fun when I actually have some more stuff to talk about. So I owe you a super wheel spin for the next stream that you're on, but I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Hammer of God says, what was the damage on the comic book Spidey? I'd have to check exactly what mine was. I used a bunch of rewards. Rewards on it. I forget what the actual price was. I've used like 40 some dollars in rewards. I forget what the total ended up being. My channel members can be called evil squeakers. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. I do need a channel member name. So if anybody thinks of anything, just something simple, because I feel like I'm always addressing people like, oh, another channel member, channel member, which is great. Obviously love that, but I want to like make it something cool. I don't know how I feel about evil squeakers. We got a squeaker in here. I still got to think on it. I don't know, but I'm going to think of something. It'll come to me. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I gotta think of something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Heath Tighter saying evil sleepers. Yes. Also, I think for the outro, I don't think I didn't like fully get to update my outro for because Cage last stream gave me like 5 gifted subs. So hold on a second. Let me see if I can actually see if I can look at this. I don't know if hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here. Okay, I can't see it, but I don't think I wasn't able to. How about Secret Apprentice? Another apprentice. I like that actually. Yeah, I'm gonna think of something, but I wasn't able to update my graphic on here, so I apologize for that. There's some people who I think are like newer gifted channel members. I wasn't able to update the outro graphic, but I'll be sure to get that on all the coming videos. It's definitely on my record video, but I'll be for sure to upgrade that. But guys, again, thank you so much. Tighter, appreciate you for another just really generous super chat. You've done that in the past too, so thank you so much for doing that. It was really nice talking to you all. With that being said, guys, stay tuned for more content coming your way. I hope you all have an excellent weekend. Thank God it's Friday. I just want to get to a couple new comments that it looks like are rolling in. Another great stream. Thank you so much, Brad. Evil Apprentice. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to jot some of these down and think about it. But thanks so much for the suggestions. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, everybody, collect carefully. See you later.